Hello, my name is Miguel, and today I'm going to make for you brown stewed pig trotters. So the recipe is for a pound to 1 pound to 2 pounds, but today I'm cooking less. But the recipe is for 1 pound to 2 pounds. So you need trotters, a tablespoon and a half of sea salt, less than quarter cup of cooking oil, coconut oil preferably. I'm just going to use a little jerk sauce or steak sauce just to spruce the taste up, like a teaspoon. One medium-sized onion, a small tomato, plummy tomato, a piece of ginger cut to an index of your finger, 2 stalks of scallion, 6 to 8 garlic cloves, grated nutmeg, like quarter teaspoon, Scotch bonnet pepper, two Scotch bonnet peppers, springtime, a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of dried parsley, marjoram, teaspoon of marjoram, oregano, no oregano, whole cloves, 4 whole cloves, dried basil or fresh. Any of these herbs you can use them fresh as well. A tablespoon to 2 tablespoons, a teaspoon of fermented berries, a teaspoon of dried rosemary or fresh, and if you have sage, a teaspoon or about 4 leaves of sage. Oh, are we gonna use broad beans? I thought I picked up butter beans. Anyway, you can use either broad or butter beans, but I'm labeling it butter beans. In the can I'm using today. So I'm gonna add the seasoning. I'm gonna add the seasoning twice. You're not gonna see me prep today. When you see me, everything is gonna be cleaned and stripped. Strip off the scallion until you just have this. Cut the top and cut the bottom. And the scallion, rinse everything. And the onion, strip this off. Just this thin leaf only. Just the leaf only. And wash everything. And divide them into two different containers. It's not recommended that you wash this with white vinegar. To wash it with lime if you need to wash it. But I'm not gonna wash this. I do have a story for you, no go inquire with me. The other day, I'll tell you still. The other day, I was walking in the supermarket, and the guy from the meat section, some people when they go to the bathroom, they don't clean themselves properly, or they whatever, or they have whatever irritations. And I know I saw him use his left hand and scratch the crack of his butt. And I said, oh goodness, I can't believe I just saw that. I'm the type of person that always see things, that other people don't see. And it was a big turn off. So, you know what? If you guys feel comfortable washing meat, wash it. I'm still not gonna wash it. Honestly, if I wash this with white vinegar, that's why we don't cook with white vinegar in this. If you wash with white vinegar, it's gonna bring out the worms more. Pork have worm. It do. But you can still eat, but it do have worms. And visit my website, jamaicadinners.com, for the ingredients, because I might not mention everything. Half a teaspoon of browning. Oh, before I forget, the broad beans, just in case you don't want to use the cans, you can soak the beans and then pressure cook it for 18 minutes. This is ginger, just clean off the dirt. Clean off the dirt. and leave the skin. The skin is a good source of mineral. Put nutmeg and add 1. Put pepper and add 2. And jerk sauce and add 2. If you want, you can put a little drip and add 1. Alright, so I divided everything and put them in separate containers. Put a pressure cooker pot and put the stove gauge on medium high, like 8 for now. And once the pot's dry, let's add oil. You can even add oil now, but wait a minute still. Add oil. About half of quarter cup. And just allow that for like 30 seconds. Add Trotters. Oh, the Trotters now. Some of these Trotters are small and some are big. Your international people have some big ones, so pressure cook it for 18 minutes. I'm gonna pressure cook this one for 15 minutes. Just right after that, add season 1. Make sure you get all of this out, all the salt. And we're not going to add any salt. And then right after you can add 4.5 cups of water. I told you already this recipe is for 1 pound to 2 pounds. If you're using 2 pounds, you might can get away with using 5 cups of water. This is 4.5 cups of water for 1 pound. If there's something that I didn't add, but you see, if you're organized like you see us just do in the front, you'll be alright. Add all the seasoning in one container, half of it in one and half in the second container. You won't go wrong. Salt and all. Alright, make sure this is on properly. This is on. This is can be a trouble area if you have a old pressure cooker, old one like this. Just add that. Once it starts to whistle, we're going to time it for 15 minutes. If you're doing bigger ones, 18 minutes. You're thinking what and what I didn't add in them. The browning. I was just so content. I was like, what I didn't do is something that I didn't do. Half a teaspoon. I start with quarter teaspoon first. Let's see it looks. Add one more. So half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon. Is it that I need to do? I knew I'm leaving out something, and cause I was like thinking, and then it came to me. Anyway, once it starts to whistle, we're gonna turn it. Finally start. Put your timer for 15 minutes. And put your stove gauge on low. Halfway between the time, put it on very low. Like low, between low and off. The objective is to slow pressure it. Now after the time, just turn it off and allow it to cool. Or you can run this part over tap water until it hears it releases. Alright, that's cool. So now we go simmer it down. Alright, this is how it looks. You saw it white a little. If you want, I use just half a teaspoon, but if you want, you can add half more just now. But this is good. See, tender. So just turn the stove on and put it on medium. Just remove the water and put aside for later. This is 300 gram, but for a pound, but you can use more if you want. You can use a big can. 2 minutes. That's seasoned. Stove's gauge is on 4, medium, nearly medium low. I'm gonna keep it on low. Turn the stove down and keep it on low. The objective is to break the season down. That's it at 4. It's at low, but I'm gonna turn it down The objective is to break the season down first before the gravy break down. Almost off low. That's low. Almost off. Stir it gently, and this is after 12 minutes on low. So I'm going to turn the stove up now. On 4, medium low. We're going to add ketchup and beans next, near to the end. So that's nearly 15 minutes now. So let's cover it, put it on 4, and let it simmer. If you don't like the idea of using herbs, you see where I had herbs? You can add a tablespoon and a half of all-purpose powder season and a teaspoon or a tablespoon of tenderizer. That's it. It's 25 minutes now. 10 minutes on low, and 10-15 minutes on low, and then 10 minutes now on 4, medium low. I wonder if I should put quarter teaspoon more browning. Just to give it some more. Quarter teaspoon more browning. So it's 3/4 teaspoon I used. So you see me add the browning, you can do that. Just decide what you're gonna do halfway in. Don't add it at the end. Add it halfway stewing. Just a tip. If you didn't cook plenty, say you cook the pound like I did, and you have a lot of water, you can turn the stove up and make it dilute. And maybe break the pot a little bit. Like this. One lady made a comment and said she was saying the point is to use a little bit, but it's not in every case. It's not in every case. Just only for the cow's stripe. But every other thing like cow's foot, this, you kind of have to use a good amount or the right amount of browning. Another tip to Jamaicans don't like to see their meat white. They rather see it brown and dark than white. This was less than a pound, so I used 3/4 teaspoon. But if you're doing a pound, use a teaspoon. If you're doing 2 pounds, use 2 teaspoons. So it got darker. It got darker. I'm comfortable with this. 30 minutes stewing, halfway on low, halfway on higher flame. Too, you can turn it off now, allow it to soak for like an hour or two, and then when you're ready, you cook it, and then hot it up, and then add the ketchup and thicken the gravy. This is after 35 minutes. When it starts to stick to the bottom, that's a sign to say it's almost ready. Add the ketchup. If it's cooking too fast, turn the stove down. In about the next 5 minutes, it's gonna ready. So that's 35 minutes stewing, 15 minutes on low, and the rest on high, depending on how much you're cooking. That was less than a quarter cup of ketchup. I use the ketchup to thicken, but if you don't want to use ketchup, you can just allow it to thicken and then finish. "38 minutes. It's on medium right now because I want it to thicken. So I'm kind of move it between medium and a little bit higher. So it's at that 38 minutes you add the canned beans. Remember, remove the water first. Once it starts to stick, that's a sign to say it's ready. It's sticking now. So that's 40 minutes. You can turn it off, it's finished. Another tip is that you can allow this to cool. Almost get so cold and then warm it up again. It get nicer that way. See, I've been allowing it to cool, see? It's cool. how it look cool. So I'm just gonna warm it up. It's been cooling for about 2 hours. Just let it boil. I'm gonna just let it boil for about 3 minutes on medium high until it thickens and then serve. Remove the time sticks. Some people add butter, but you know me already, I don't use butter. But if you're a butter person, you can use like a teaspoon of butter. It fell out of frame, you didn't even saw me serve. But hey, served. Brown stewed pig trotters. Alright. I'm gonna take a picture till I'm sick. I get a good exposure. Alrighty. As you can see, it look good. Tastes good too. It's nice. Enjoy. This mine.
Regardless of what
This
she
was
did.
good. This is good. I just went for some more. Any restaurant cook this in their restaurant and serve it, I tell you the people gonna love it. This is awesome. Cook with the herbs. Don't add no powder seasoning, I guarantee you. Number one is healthy. I hate being so passionate about this because sometimes I feel like I'm forcing people to eat the right way. But I'm gonna shut up. I mean, not with y'all, but out in my society and stuff, when I talk and I try to tell people the right things, it's as if they don't really listen. They don't. This tastes just as good as the curry. You just have to know to cook it properly. Just like the cow's tripe. Brown stew tastes just as good as the curry. But you just gotta know how to cook it properly. And 15 minutes is sufficient. But like I said, if you have the bigger ones, simmer for 18 minutes. Enjoy. I just did.